Role of Congress in the USA system. Introduction. The American Congress is bicameral. The first article of the American Constitution says, "All legislative powers herein granted shall be vested in a Congress of the United States, which shall consist of a Senate and House of Representatives." The Congress of the United States is a legislative body of the country. Its function is to make laws. The Constitution of the USA has made Congress a powerful institution. Another consideration was that the bicameral system would maintain the power equilibrium between the various units of the Federation. Through the provision for two chambers, it was possible that at least in one house all the states got equal representation, regardless of the size or population. Composition. Congress of the United States has two houses which compose the Congress, same is given below, A. Senate. B. House of Representatives. Powers and functions of Congress. The following are the main functions and powers of the U.S. Congress: A. Legislative. 1. Regulation of monetary, financial, system. Congress of the United States has the power to regulate the country's monetary system. 2. Formation of armed forces. Congress determines the extent, nature and organization of the armed forces of the United States. 3. Collection of tax. Congress has the power to levy and collect taxes, duties, and excises. 4. Lawmaking. Congress has the power to lawmaking regarding commerce and trade. B. Executive. 1. Making of treaties. Congress has the power to make treaties. 2. Appointments. Congress shares the power of the President of appointment. 3. Creation of new departments. Congress has the power to create new departments in the country. 4. Fixation of salaries and functions. Congress fixes the salaries and functions of the offices and departments of the government. C. Judicial. 1. Composition of the Supreme Court. Congress determines the law for the composition of the Supreme Court. 2. Determination of appellate jurisdiction of Supreme Court. Congress determines the appellate jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. 3. Impeachment of President and others. Congress can conduct proceedings of impeachment against the President, Vice President and the Speaker. 4. Confirmation of presidential appointments. Congress confirms the appointment of judges of the Supreme Court made by the President. 5. Creation of courts. Congress can create inferior federal courts in the country. D. Electoral. 1. Counting of votes. Congress meets every 4 years to count votes cast for President and Vice President. 2. Election of President and Vice President. If no candidate secures an absolute majority, Congress elects out of 3 securing the highest votes. E. Inherent. 1. Admission to new states. Congress has the power to admit new states. 2. Declaration of war. Congress can declare war. 3. Treaties. Congress can make treaties with foreign countries. 4. Maintenance of diplomatic relations. Congress maintains diplomatic relations with other countries. F. Emergency. During the time of national crises, Congress has emergency powers. These powers are inherent in national government and therefore, unlimited. G. Amendment. A proposal for a constitutional amendment may be initiated by the Congress with the 2/3 majority in each house or by a special convention called by the Congress. H. Investigation. Congress performs investigative functions through regular standing committees and by a special committee set up. I. Financial. Congress alone has the power to grant money to the federal government. All bills of revenues are initiated in the lower house. Distinctive features of the working of the Congress. A. Absence of leadership of the executive. There is neither any government nor any opposition in both houses of Congress. B. Legislative initiative. The legislative initiative is in the private members' hands, and the private members usually move bills. C. Burden of work. Congress has to deal with an enormous amount of business. It also deals with all sorts of problems concerning international and natural levels. D. Lobbying. The legislative work of Congress is also affected by lobbying. These lobbyists vigilantly guard the interest of the industrial organization which they represent. These lobbyists protect their rights. E. Role of committee. Committees play a virtual role in the legislation. All the bills are referred to the committee. F. Position of upper house. The upper house of Congress, known as the Senate, dominates the lower house. Conclusion. In conclusion, we can use the words of Ernest S. Griffith, "The Congress of the United States is the world's best hope of representative government." The legislative powers of both houses are equal, but in effect, the Senate is more powerful than the House of Representatives.